Well, these days it's every goal is checked. I mean, the original decision on the field last week, we were convinced that, you know, from our position on the bench, that we scored a good goal against Southampton to go 1-up, and all of a sudden we find out that by the very smallest of margins that an offside decision is given against, and the goal is chalked off. Today it was exactly the opposite. I mean, today, sure enough, from the bench it looked as though when the ball was crossed that Connor was in an offside position. The linesman thought so. Yeah. Not surprised, he put the flag up, but then it goes to VAR, and then when you do see it, the fine margin this time has worked in our favour because of the Norwich player's foot that was stuck out.
Given the circumstances, and you go through the players, it's almost like an entire team, isn't it? 7 regular first team.
8 today. 8 and 9 at half time. Yeah, 8 players from the first team, counting Camarasa, to be fair, who's not played much part yet, but we've got 7 players who've been playing all the time in the first team, plus Camarasa and now Sacco.
Is that hamstring or just
yeah, hamstring. So it's a remarkable performance by these players, because it's the 3rd game, as it is for everybody, but you know, not exactly easy games. West Ham, and then going to Southampton, and then coming here to take 5 points from that with a pretty much a wounded squad, because there are players out there, despite from these players who are, you know, totally unable to play due to their injuries. We do unfortunately have 1 or 2 others who are playing, but they are playing through an injury, luckily in a muscle that isn't so vital that it stops them playing, but they're not 100% fit. There was very few players out there today, to be frank, that you could say, well, they're 100% fit and ready to go. And it's going to be a major problem for me on Sunday, because the medical department are doing a very good job in patching these lads up and getting them out there to play in the games, but I know they're going to be telling me on Sunday that this one, that one and that one shouldn't play, and they're also, of course, not going to be able to furnish me with any of the 7 that are currently out of action. So we're going to be struggling to put out what I would like to think is a competitive team on Sunday, but these players consistently surprise me. If ever there was a game today where it was written in the stars that, especially when they take that early lead, that Norwich will get their victory here today, but once again the Crystal Palace players showed the determination, the spirit, the organisation to keep themselves in the game and get an equaliser.
Wilfried Zaha had a good duel with Max Aarons today, and also got a lot of stick from the crowd, but when it came to the crunch he stepped up and made the difference again.
Yeah, it was good, yeah. I mean, I thought he got fouled too often, if I'm to be perfectly honest. I thought a lot of our attacks, especially in the second half, in and around the Norwich penalty area, were stopped by fouls. The referee, to be fair, gave the fouls and he booked the players, but you know, the situation looked much more promising to me when Wilfried beaten the defender than it did with us lining up to take a free kick with everyone back to defend it. But Wilf was another one of those players today that, you know, until this morning we weren't certain he was going to be able to play. So that, you know, hasn't trained since the last game. We were concerned that he wouldn't get on the field, but because he's got such a big heart for the club and such a love of playing football, he declared himself fit. But that was a bit of a surprise to me that he declared himself fit, so he did exceptionally well.